British Prime Minister Boris Johnson faces an investigation by a House of Commons over the Partygate scandal. But that's not all. High-ranking politicians from within his own ranks are now opposing Johnson and demanding his resignation. At the beginning of the Partygate affair, Johnson had assured several times that there had been no parties and rule violations at 10 Downing Street during lockdown times. It has now been proven that this is not true. The question now is whether Johnson accidentally made false statements or deliberately misled Parliament, which would be grounds for resignation under the Ministerial Code, reports Britain's The Guardian Daily. The government had previously attempted to delay the House of Commons inquiry, only to reverse the matter. During a House of Commons debate after chaotic scenes in Westminster, former Brexit Secretary Steve Baker, an influential figure among the Conservatives, said he was appalled by Johnson's private stance on the fine he received for breaching the corona rules. And he said, "The PM should have left a long time ago. He should know the show is over." That's also reported by The Guardian. Other Tories made it clear they would not block or delay a new Partygate investigation. According to The Guardian, former Health Secretary Jeremy Hunt said in an email to voters, "We will now see that the House of Commons committee is investigating whether Parliament has been lied to. That I would not have supported any move to delay such an investigation if we had been asked to do so. But luckily, it wasn't us in the end." He said he would not give a final verdict until the end of the trial, but didn't think now was the best time to change the Prime Minister. While other Prime Ministers have been deposed in wartime, in this situation we must ask ourselves, would Vladimir Putin be happy to see a 2-month leadership contest in Britain? The turmoil in Westminster threatened to overshadow the Prime Minister's trade trip to India, where he toured Ahmedabad while MPs spent 4 hours in the House of Commons debating his political future. The Labour motion was passed on Thursday, although the House of Commons inquiry will not begin for weeks or months because they just start when the police investigation is complete. Johnson's spokesman tried to suggest that the Prime Minister was relaxed about being referred to the House of Commons without hesitation. At the House of Commons debate, William Ragg, chairman of the House of Commons Constitutional Affairs Committee, said he had written a letter of no confidence in the Prime Minister and would have rebelled had the government not withdrawn his amendment, The Guardian said. And Ragg said, "We worked in a toxic atmosphere. The faction bears the scars of misjudgments by the leadership. I would argue that there are few members on this side of the House who really enjoy being members of Parliament at this time. It is extremely depressing to be asked to defend the untenable. Each time a part of us withers." Judiciary Committee Chairman Bob Neill stopped urging Johnson to step down, but he said, "I'm deeply disappointed by what has happened. People have been deeply disappointed. My constituents feel deeply disappointed. I personally feel deeply disappointed, and consequences must follow," he said. And Conservative MP Anthony Mangal said he would not forgive Johnson for misleading the House of Commons. "I forgive the Prime Minister for making those mistakes, but I don't forgive him for misleading the House as I see it." Speaking to the press on his visit to India, Johnson said he had nothing to hide but was irritated by Labour's determination to press the issue further. "People said it looks like we are trying to stop things. I didn't want people to be able to say that. I don't want this thing to go on forever." That's what he told Sky News. And he said, "But to be honest, I've absolutely nothing to hide. If the opposition wants to talk about it, that's fine." Well, when asked about Baker's call for his resignation, Johnson said, "I understand people's feelings. I don't think that's the right thing to do." Well, however, he acknowledged that the situation was serious. And the situation is serious for a long time. But seriously, that is a political system Wow. I'll see you in my next video. Bis gleich.